Well, good morning and welcome once again to Ed's Orchids. Now, some of you may remember that I got this large Dracula given to me, and when I took it out of its pot, it wasn't good, and I was waiting 3 or 4 days for some new sphagnum moss to arrive. So when the new sphagnum moss arrived, I put it in a bucket of some RO water with quite a lot of sphagnum moss, and then when it had been soaked up in there, I decided to repot this. I made the pot for it with plenty of holes in so the spikes can go through, and then I squeezed out all the moss and repotted it. And after I repotted it, I thought, well, what I'll do, just to make sure I'm giving this plant enough water, I'll measure it. And as I measured it on these kitchen scales, and I think it was 1,170 grams. Now it's just a day above a week ago, it's 8 days ago, and we'll see what it measures now. Well, it's considerably low now, and it is ready for a good watering. So it's gone down from 1170 to 630. So that's a good drop of 540 grams, which is 454 grams, I think it is, in a pound. So it's dropped well over a pound of weight in water. So it's time we did this again, I think. Well, I've got some water here, some RO water. I put a little bit of feed in, nothing much, probably up to about 100 parts per million of calcium and magnesium. So the thing to do now is water this one now. So should I dip it in? I think I'll just dip it in and let it soak up. And then we'll come back to it in a minute, see what it's like. And we want it, before I water it again, this is going to go up quite a lot. It's going to be very heavy. But it'll need watering again when it's down to about 1,000, like it was last time when I thought it was perfect. So we'll just give this a good watering. It'll drain very quickly because the fan will be blowing onto it. So hopefully I'll weigh this in about 3 or 4 days and see what it's down to then. And if I can get it back down to its original one of about 1,100, 1,000, that'll be perfect. So we'll consider that watered now for another 3 or 4 days, and then we'll test it again. You can see it's draining quite quickly now. In fact, I'll weigh it, see what it is now. There we are, the scales. So just drop the lot on. And it's in 1,841. So it's got to drop another, virtually another 900 grams before I water it again. So we'll get that hung up in a quick drying position. There we are, and then we'll carry on with the rest of the plants that I haven't watered yet. So we'll start by watering this Ranth that's in spike, also in lava rock, don't think you can see the lava up from there, I'm not quite sure. But we'll give it a good watering. Nice bit of feed, won't do it any harm. And this root here is branching out with a new tip there, and a new one there. So that's lovely. I'll leave them soaking a bit so it can take up as much feed as it wants. And it'll take as much feed up as it wants in the first minute. I'm not watering the leaves at all. There you can see the spike here now, it's coming on nicely. Looks like it's going to branch from here and there, but we'll just wait for that one. And this has flowered, oh God knows how many times since I've had it. I must have had it, 15 years, I must have had it, 14 years, and it must have flowered 10 times, something like that. I mean, the monopodial stem, which comes from here down, well, it goes right up there, but from here down with no leaves on, just roots. I've chopped that down, I don't know how many times. I know over the last many years, if I hadn't chopped it down at all, the plant just wouldn't have been manageable at all. It would have been 6 feet tall, it'd have been 3 feet wide, it'd have been awful. So that's why I keep chopping them down when they get into an unmanageable situation with them. So that one's done. Let it drain. It's the same water I've done the Dracula in. So we'll replace that with another one. Well, we'll do these Philodendron. They've been absolutely hammered with slugs. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take them back indoors because the weather's going cool here now, especially at night. It's dropping to about 13. So I'm going to take these indoors where the temperature at night will probably drop down to about 17 or 18, that's all. And we'll get plenty of heat during the day no matter what the weather's like outside. So I'm going to take all the Philodendron indoors shortly. I've made room for them and I'll show you when I'll get them indoors. But today I'm just going to water these and make room for them, and as I said, I'll show you them when I get them back indoors. Yeah, these Philodendron have really suffered with the slugs. Not in the growing, but in the way they look now. They look untidy, they look dreadful. This one's just annoyed. You know, the shop bought one. These was given to me as well by somebody who was packing up many years ago. Well, I say many years ago, probably 2. But you can see how they've been nibbled by the slugs. Hello, we've got another spike here. And we've got another one coming there. So that's not looking too bad. And I've tried this one in one of these pots. I mean, I don't like these terracotta pots. I think they soak up too much of the feed and they start going white on the outside, like they're full of lime or stuff like that. So that's one of those. I've got 2 like this, one in a terracotta pot and the other one in a plastic pot. So we'll see how that one is. A lot lighter to pick up. Another one really devastated. as you can see, and this one is also putting up a nice new spike there. Plenty of nice aerial roots. Just putting one up there, so we'll get this watered. Just a little bit of feeding, that's all. But when I do the Sidiums, I'll use this same water, but I'll add some more nutrients into it because they like it a little bit stronger. And yeah, well, just for those on video, I mean, I've about another 10 to do there, but I'm not going to show you watering them all. Well, we'll start off, I've only got, I think 3 or 4 Sidiums here, but we'll have a quick look at them. And this one's a good, it was just 3 sort of back bulbs I shoved in there. There's a new growth coming up here. Whoops. New growth coming up here, which hasn't started developing a bulb yet. It's only a very small one. And the last new growth here has no pseudobulb at the bottom yet, but it's the best growth on the plant. Absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to feed these with a higher TDS on the feed, because these are quite hungry plants. Yeah, the TDS of this plant is, not the plant, the TDS of this water I'm feeding to these hungry plants is almost 400 parts per million. It's not excessive because these love it. In fact, I'll just do 3 of these. Right, this is the largest of my Sidiums. A little over potted, but it'll grow into that. It's got 2 new growths on. One here, still no pseudobulb on it, but beautiful, beautiful growth. Sure, there we are, lovely. Quite tall as well, taller than everything else. And another new one which is a little bit younger here. As you can see, this has got no pseudobulb yet, but this is a lovely, lovely growth. Where are we? All getting mixed up into one, aren't they? Yeah, but beautiful. Lovely tips on the leaves and everything. So we'll give that one a good watering, and then we'll just have a look at one quick more, and that'll be my lot for today. This is the last one, and nice plant, but not as nice as the others, but doing okay. Don't even know what the blooms are like on these, because I took them from back bulbs, 2 of these 3 plants, and they haven't flowered yet, so we'll see what they're like. Maybe they should come on by the end of the year, I don't know. But we'll keep an eye on them, and I'll show you if anything happens to them. So we'll get this one watered, and say that's that for today. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.